Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that the land of Genoa City is simply not the same without Summer Newman, last played by Alison Lanier. She went to Italy to help recruit employees for Marchetti, and while she's been mentioned multiple times, there's no sign of her returning anytime soon. This has got to change, and here are 3 reasons why. Summer gone for so long doesn't make sense. There just seems like an empty hole in the little town without Summer around. Sure, she's living her best life in Italy with some hot male designer, but fans know deep down in their hearts she couldn't stay away from Harrison Abbott Redding Munsell this long. It's always hard when soap writers don't stay true to the characters. So why not do a casting call and recast Summer if Alison Lanier or Hunter King can't come back? A recast Summer is better than no Summer at all. 2. Kyle reunion will sizzle. Let's face it, Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, and Claire Newman, Haley Aaron, aren't the super couple some thought they would be. In fact, Claire has far more sparks with Holden Novak, Nathan Owens than Kyle. While Claire needed a first romance in the little town, and Kyle may have been the perfect candidate at the time, the relationship is slated to implode any day now, especially with Kyle playing games with Audra Charles Zuleika Silver in Nice. Once Kyle breaks up, there's no way he'll turn into a thing with Audra. She's far better suited to Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, and she genuinely cares for him, so, who could Kyle turn to? If Summer were to swoop back into GC, in many ways, she'd save Kyle from spiraling. She still loves him, and Kyle was the top super couple in the Y&R for so many years, back in the day. It's time to rekindle that magic, right? An explosive return. Kane Ashby's Billy Flynn return has helped to spark some life into Y&R storylines. Sadly, the CBS soap has been a tad boring as of late. With that said, Summer could have an explosive return to really shake things up. Maybe she's kidnapped, and there's a mystery surrounding where she is. Perhaps she comes back with her hot new boyfriend in tow, which is bound to make a single Kyle jealous. Regardless, Summer making a comeback could, even if it's a recast, add a bombshell arc to the canvas that is so needed right now. Do you miss Summer Newman? Comment below. Check out the popular CBS soap daily for your dose of Genoa City drama and visit this site often for the most up-to-date Young and the Restless news and spoilers. In the vast and ever-turbulent world of the Young and the Restless, some characters become so ingrained in the fabric of Genoa City that their absence creates a gaping hole in the canvas. One such character, Summer Newman. Whether portrayed by Hunter King or Alison Lanier, Summer has long been a compelling force on Y&R, equal parts Newman heiress, feisty romantic lead, and fashion world dynamo. But now, as storylines twist and characters clash without her, fans can't help but wonder, is the Young and the Restless ever bringing Summer Newman back? Let's break down why Genoa City needs its summer sunshine again, and fast. 1. She's the heartbeat of the Abbott-Newman feud. If there's one thing the Young and the Restless does better than any other daytime drama, it's dynastic drama. The Newmans and the Abbotts have been locking horns for decades, and Summer Newman sits smack dab in the middle of that eternal war. As the daughter of Phyllis Summers and Nick Newman, and the wife or ex-wife, depending on where the story left off, of Kyle Abbott, Summer is uniquely poised to be both bridge and battlefield between these rival families. Her departure left a vacuum, especially considering the recent developments in both families. With Victor Newman constantly manipulating chess pieces behind the scenes and Jack Abbott walking a fine line between moral clarity and corporate aggression, Summer could play a crucial role in shaping the future. Imagine her stepping in to broker a truce, or better yet, throwing gasoline on the fire when she chooses to align more with one side than the other. Let's also not forget how her complicated relationship with Diane Jenkins adds yet another dimension. Diane's return from the dead turned Kyle's world upside down, and when Summer voiced skepticism and discomfort, fans applauded her insight. With Diane still a central player, Summer's absence leaves Kyle floating in a moral gray area without his emotional anchor. The show needs someone who can look Diane square in the eye and say, "I don't trust you," without flinching. 2. The Kyle-Summer Harrison dynamic deserves a second act. When Y&R gave us Kyle and Summer's whirlwind romance, followed by the introduction of Harrison, they delivered one of the most compelling young family units in daytime TV. Sure, their union faced trials, Kyle's paternity scandal, Tara Locke's schemes, Diane's resurrection, but through it all, Summer and Kyle weathered the storms, until they didn't. Their separation felt abrupt, almost unearned. Yes, there were trust issues. Yes, Audra Charles and Claire Grace were waiting in the wings, ready to pounce. But Summer and Kyle's love story had enough history and emotional heft to warrant more than a quiet fade out. And let's talk about Harrison for a second. That little boy bonded deeply with Summer, seeing her as his real mother figure. Y&R missed a golden opportunity to show how that relationship evolved after the split. Did Harrison cry for her? Did he ask where she went? Did Kyle try to keep her memory alive? Or did Diane swoop in and fill the void? Summer's return could revive this storyline with fresh tension and tenderness. Maybe she's back to reclaim her place in Harrison's life, or maybe she wants nothing to do with the chaos that once consumed her. Either way, the emotional stakes are sky high. Seeing Kyle torn between his current entanglements and his past with Summer would be the kind of romantic drama fans crave. 3. Genoa City's young women need Summer's spark. Let's be honest. The Young and the Restless has a powerhouse lineup of women, from Victoria Newman's boardroom brilliance to Phyllis Summer's wildfire unpredictability. But there's been a noticeable void in the next generation department. The show has tried to anchor stories with younger women, Mariah, Tessa, Sally, Audra, but none of them quite bring the mix of legacy, glamour, and grit that Summer Newman does. Summer is a fashion industry titan in her own right. With Marchetti under her belt and natural flair, she represents modern ambition. Her return could inject much-needed energy into Genoa City's corporate landscape. Maybe she launches a new fashion house, rivaling Newman Media. Maybe she goes rogue and starts something outside the Newman Abbott shadow. Or maybe she steps into the Newman Enterprises ring to challenge Victoria or even Adam. And let's not ignore the friend-rival dynamics. Summer's fraught relationships with Sally Spectra and Audra Charles were just getting juicy when she left. Bring her back, and you have an instant combustible cocktail of jealousy, secrets, and style wars. Imagine a fiery boardroom battle where Summer outwits Sally in a power play, only to find herself blackmailed by Audra a scene later. Yes, please. Plus, Genoa City's social scene is feeling a little empty without Summer's quick wit and designer wardrobe. Whether it's lunching with Chelsea Lawson, sparring with Billy Abbott, or matching her mother Phyllis beat for beat in manipulation, Summer adds flair, fashion, and ferocity to every scene. Bonus reason: unfinished business with Phyllis Newman. Phyllis and Summer are not your average mother-daughter duo. They're more like partners in crime, sometimes literally. Their relationship has had its share of blow-ups, especially when Phyllis goes rogue as she always does. But at its core, their bond is unshakable. With Phyllis' recent resurrection from the dead scheme and all the collateral damage that came with it, including her own imprisonment and the alienation of her children, Summer's absence feels almost insulting to their history. Why wasn't she more involved? Why didn't we see those mother-daughter heart-to-hearts? Or better yet, the inevitable confrontations? Phyllis needs redemption, and Summer could be the one to facilitate that, or deny it. Their dynamic is rich, raw, and multi-layered. Summer returning to find her mother still dealing with the fallout of her decisions would give the show emotional depth that's been sorely missed. But, will it actually happen? Here's where things get complicated. Hunter King, who originated the adult Summer role with fire and vulnerability, has since moved on to other projects. Her recent comments suggest she's open but non-committal about a return. Alison Lanier, who stepped into the role in 2022, made a strong impression on fans and handled some of the show's toughest plots with grace. But she's been Mia for a while now, and there's been no official word from Y&R about recasting or reintroducing Summer full-time. Still, the door hasn't been closed completely. With Kyle still on the canvas and Harrison continuing to grow, the writers could easily reintroduce Summer at any point. A shocking reveal. A business deal gone wrong. A holiday homecoming. Take your pick. Better yet, they could use her as a foil to whatever new schemes Audra or Sally are cooking up. Or shake up Victoria and Claire's storyline with a sudden fashion world crossover. The point is, Summer can fit almost anywhere, and that kind of versatility is rare in soaps. In conclusion, bring back Summer now, or regret it later. Summer Newman isn't just a character, she's a legacy. She carries the bloodlines of two of Genoa City's most volatile and iconic families. She's a brilliant blend of ambition, passion, and emotional depth. She's stylish, she's shrewd, and she's sorely missed. Whether she comes back to reclaim her family, reignite her romance with Kyle, or take on the business world in stilettos, one thing is crystal clear: the Young and the Restless need Summer now more than ever. So here's hoping the powers that be hear the rallying cry. Genoa City is calling. The Abbotts are lost. The Newmans are spinning. The canvas is ready. It's time for Summer to shine. Again, thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our Update World 24 YouTube channel for more update news.